before we wrap up this podcast and get into some baseball, let's have the Prep Spotlight presented by Jacobs Insurance Agency, local, independent, and trusted. The Owosso Trojans football team improved to 5-2 on Friday night, downing Brandon 34-22. Their quarterback, man, he's having one hell of a year. Liam Patrick, 107 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 11 of 18 passing, 182 yards, 3 more touchdowns, 2 of them to Braden Reed. Patrick also led the defense with 10 tackles. That's not a bad evening of high school football right there.
It's pretty good. Complete game.
Yep. And how about this? Perry got their first win of the season down in Dansville, 35-14. Quarterback Tiger Whitbeck was 15 of 21, 184 yards and 3 touchdowns. So congratulations for the Ramblers getting off the schneid.
Yeah, I got off the schneid, Dansville. So my nephew, he's a junior, Eli, playing for Perry. He plays both sides of the ball. I mean, they have low numbers, so almost everyone has to play both sides of the ball. But I know that was big. You don't want to go winless. So It was big to get that first win. That kind of gives you some juice for the last couple of weeks of the season.
Absolutely. In 8-man football, Morris down Byron 53-14. Griffin Long and Austin Gutting combined for 8 TDs in that one. This is the Jacobs Insurance Agency Prep Spotlight, so I got to mix in a little cross country and running here. The Chesaning girls won their first conference championship, get this, ever, led by Ruby Gross, who took 3rd in the MMAC Jamboree. So congratulations to Chesaning getting that first ever conference championship in cross country. Good job.
That's cool.
And go ahead, Matt. You had something, I think, for the Prep Spotlight.
Yeah, I had a little nugget to add, something really cool. I know I've brought up on the podcast before that, I go up to Ludington often. My parents retired up in Ludington, so we have a connection up there. Well, Ludington football this year making some headlines. They're 7-0, and they beat Whitehall last week, 32-7. Their homecoming, so a really big win for them. 7-0, first time they're 7-0 since 1989.
Wow!
When they went 9-0. So a big season right now. But the big story is their coach, Charlie Gunsel. It was his 100th career victory. He's the winningest coach in Ludington, football program history. It's his 22nd year as the head coach at Ludington. So it's just cool to see those programs that have a long tenured head coach. 100th victory. His youngest son, Cam, is the quarterback and safety. He's a senior, so he's getting to coach his son, who's the quarterback. And this is his last year. He's gonna coach his final season with his son as the senior leader at quarterback. His 100th victory. They're 7-0, hopefully making a little bit of a run. So it's a really cool story. And some of the numbers, I mean, you listed off Owosso's quarterback. So Cam Gunsel is the quarterback for Ludington, the coach's son. He rushed for 162 yards against Whitehall, 3 touchdowns, 13 of 14 passing, 2 more touchdowns through the air. Plays safety, like I said, has a bunch of tackles as safety. So just it's cool to see those schools that have to have your quarterback also play safety and makes like all the tackles as a safety. That's just really cool. So and they're outscoring teams this year 324-39. So I mean they've got a good squad up there, and they're playing. Who did I look up? They're playing Orchard View. Sorry, for the outright conference championship this Friday. A chance to win the outright conference championship. So really cool story up there. Ludington, it's kind of like similar, we love our Cavs, similar like a traditional football program that maybe doesn't have the 100 state championship trophies in the high school, just it's a proud football program up there. It always plays good football. But like I said, maybe not the pile of state championship trophies in the school.
Sounds like this is a team, like it's almost like reminds me of Corona 2023, where I'm thinking about this coach and his son. This is going to be my last year. He's probably new for 5 years. It's going to be his last year. Like I need to see this group through and what they can do. So that's what it seems like to me. It's awesome.
Great story.
Go ahead, Ted.
I was just going to say, question for you. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Most high schools in the state of Michigan, I know most of their mascots. What's Ludington? Do you know?
Orioles.
Right.
Orioles.
Yeah.
They're the Orioles. Yeah. Ludington Orioles. And I was going to add too, we talk about stadiums a lot when we talk about high school football. One of our favorites that we talk about a lot, obviously, with our local ties is Owosso, historic Wilman Field, and how we just love that stadium. The neighborhood, it's away from the high school.
Yes.
It's in the neighborhood there on the river in Owosso. Ludington's is very similar. It's away from the high school. It's about a block or two away from Lake Michigan. You can't necessarily see Lake Michigan from the field, but it's right there.
Nice.
It's in the neighborhood. My parents' house is kind of like kitty corner. Like if we're in the backyard of my parents' house, we can see. Definitely my parents say on Friday nights they can hear the crowd. Again, it's right there. Ludington's not like a huge
I'm looking
town.
at this from the aerial. This is how do they not move this field 200 yards to the right to be right on the water? This is crazy.
Like Northwestern,
like
Northwestern, right there on Lake Michigan. Yeah, I mean it's a cool. The town's water tower is right there. You can see it. They got a turf field. So it's a really cool, really cool. If you can make it up to Ludington, way up north for a big game, it's a really cool neighborhood feel stadium football, high school football environment.
Little side note, I didn't really have it in my notes, but you talked about Wilman and you talked about the field there at Ludington. Cadillac's very similar to Wilman Field. I don't know if you've ever been up to the Cadillac Field. It's right overlooking Lake Mitchell up there. And the reason I bring up Cadillac is, last weekend was the 50th anniversary of KISS being a part of their homecoming celebration up there. KISS actually played for their homecoming dance and took over the town.
Are they from there?
No, it was right when they were starting out. I don't know how they got connected up there, but pretty big story. They had the 50th anniversary celebration last weekend. I came really close to saying to my wife, hey, let's go for a little fall color tour and see what's going on up in Cadillac, but I didn't.
The thing that I saw on Twitter this week was with KISS was like that they got rid of their makeup at some point, and people kind of like hated them for it.
Yep.
It was shamed them like, you guys suck now.
Oh, it was a terrible mistake. Terrible mistake by them for sure.
Funny. I remember, Ted, you're the same age as my parents. I've seen pictures and heard stories. My dad and some of his buddies went as KISS to Halloween one year and like had all the paint and the hair and all that kind of stuff. That's definitely a generational thing.
Yeah, I saw KISS actually live in concert in '76 up at Rose Arena. It was at the time at CMU. I still have the CM Life review. They did not get a real good review by the writer, but it was pretty memorable.
That's a butcher, man. That school newspaper, man. I don't
get it. No doubt. Hey, by the way, we were talking about Perry picking up their first win. Corunna's got 2 chances to get off the snide. They've got Kearsley at home this Friday, and then they finish the season at Chesaning. So we're going to wish Jason Beldiga best of luck. You don't want to go with that donut for sure.
No, it's not. That is cruel. Like I'm like going a whole season without a win, without ever having that Friday night, victory feeling. Like no team should have to go through that. I don't care who you are. That sucks, man. So I'm with you. Let's get a couple wins.
And I know we've had Chesaning's head coach, Coach Walter, on. They're having a tough season too. What 1-6, 1-7?
Oh yeah, it might come down to that final game at Chesaning. It'll be on the castle, and I'm going to be sitting in with the boys on that one. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Corunna can get it against Kearsley this week.
I'm sorry. Where's the castle going to be going for playoffs? Any idea yet?
Well, I'm sure we're taking a good hard look at Owosso for sure. That's going to be one of the ones. St. John's, as always, New Lothrop, Ovid LC. I mean, we got some decisions to make there once the season is officially over.